I will start with questions for Coach. If you can use the raise hand function in the chat. I'll go to Jeffrey Newholm.
Hey, Coach. Sorry the result wasn't what you wanted, but I thought your team did a really good job of continuing to fight after the third quarter, even though you were down by 18 after the called you. Did a great job of very nearly coming back to tying it. What does it say about this Sparks? They're able to continue fighting so hard, even when it may look at some point like hope is lost.
Yeah, I mean, I think this, the team is learning how to do that for each other, and sometimes the only way to, do that is sometimes when you feel like all hope is lost or I have no other option or no other choice but to dig down deep and just find a way to get it done. And so, it was one of those kind of nights, through most of the game where, Indiana's playing really well. The pace, they were coming at us, with speed and quickness, and it was hard for us to kind of catch up to what they were doing. But as you're stating, once the team kind of got to a point, our team at least, where there was no other choice but to dig down and fight and compete and not worry about referees, not worry about the strategy, the plays, or anything. Just compete your tail off. That's when the game turned. So, this has been hard. We've been out on the road. We've been traveling. And so it's that cumulative effect is, it's catching up to us, but we're still giving ourselves a chance to win every night for the most part. There's only been 2 games where, we really didn't have a chance, but, we just have to continue to find a way to stay together and keep fighting for each other. It's just, after a while, it just starts to take its toll, especially when you're fighting from behind the entire game the way we were tonight.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Michael, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. First thing, any updates on Lexi?
Yeah, we'll take a closer look. She just had a little bit of calf soreness that started to talk to her a little bit in the first half. So we'll have to, reevaluate her tomorrow, see how she's feeling and what her status will be on Sunday. But again, some of this is to be expected, just with the pace of, the games and how things are, coming at us and the travel on top of the games. So we're just going to have to push through this and battle through it, but hopefully Lexi will be fine.
And then second question, when it comes to Liz, when teams play with this kind of pace, and, it's so up and down, and sometimes you get yourself caught in foul trouble, what can you do to kind of, protect her to get out of those situations, to pick up some of those cheap calls?
Yeah, I mean, I think, for us, which I think we've done a better job, our total number of turnovers per game has come down. We're not turning the basketball over as much as we were to start the season. That always helps. I think defensively, we have to find a way to get better at keeping the basketball in front of us out on the perimeter, so that some of the fouls that she's picking up at times coming from the weak side or, stepping up to help another teammate, that, maybe some of those situations we can't avoid. But some of the fouls are coming, in offensive situations where, they're basically pushing on her, leaning on her, grabbing her, hitting her throughout the course of the game. And then the minute that Liz uses some force to clear space because she's not getting the whistle, those are the fouls that she's being called on the offensive end. So it's difficult to balance when, it's kind of a mix of both. The part that we can control ourselves is the defensive part. And so I think if we can get back to keeping people in front of us out on the perimeter, not letting folks get into our lane and either get to the rim or kick out for threes, that'll help protect Liz and any of our front court players.
Thank you.
Jackie Ray.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to circle back to Liz as well because they definitely were crowding her and I could see the frustration. But again, a lot of her frustration seemed to be external as far as what calls were not being made. And I think that's something she struggles with a lot. Have you and her and maybe even the team talked about how you can keep her centered and focused on just playing through that?
Yeah, I mean, we try to have those conversations. I think those when you're a player of Liz's caliber and size, and that's in a large way been your experience, maybe your whole life. We obviously don't know for sure, but it's not as easy to stay centered if you feel like you're the one that's always receiving, the wrong end of some of those decisions or some of the 50-50 situations. But yes, we do try and communicate that to Liz and to our entire team, that we cannot continue to waste energy and give away our power to external things the way we have thus far. This is now our sixth total loss, but 4 of those losses are by, if I'm not mistaken, a combined 13 points. And so if we, even tonight, you make a few more free throws, you don't complain on a few calls, and you get your transition defense back and set, you get a rebound, at the right time. The game's entirely different, even if the referees don't change anything, right? We got to the free throw line 28 times. We missed 9. That has nothing to do with the officials in terms of us stepping up and making free throws. So if we can keep our focus on the things that we can control, especially these close games, those things can turn in our favor.
Time for one more. We'll go to Kevin Young.
Hey, Coach, Kevin Young from the three-point conversion. I know that most of the time guards have to make it hard on the defense with playmaking and everything else that they do. Tonight was more so NECA is from playing down.
I think you got cut off. Can you try that one more time?
Can y'all hear me loud and clear?
Now we can.
Okay. So I mentioned that I know that guards are the ones that have to, make it hard on the defense with the playmaking and, everything else that they do. But for tonight, do you think that it was more so NECA and Liz from playing down low?
Yeah, I mean, I think, with our team so far, we've been a team that is going to score points in the paint at an efficient rate, and we want to continue to do those things. But we've also started to shoot the 3 a lot better, and that's partially due to our impact in the paint in terms of scoring. With Liz's presence and NECA's presence and their talent, but also Jordan Canada continuing to feel more comfortable at the guard position in terms of looking for her shot opportunities as well as making plays for her teammates. And then also Brittany Sykes and Kennedy Carter. They've been doing good jobs getting to the rim and putting a lot of pressure on the opponent. So we feel like that balance is coming a little better for us. Another night where we had 20 plus assists. We had 24 assists tonight. I think we had 24, 25 assists a couple nights ago against Phoenix. So the offensive end of it is coming together for us. But we got to figure out, like you said, and speaking of our guards, not just making plays offensively, but our guards are at, they start the defensive attack as well in terms of being on the basketball. And we got to get back to being elite at defending the basketball. And I think that'll help us to, again, turn some of these close ones into victories.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.